This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
Hi, this is Baxter Colburn, host of the Verse of the Day podcast here on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Verse of the Day, where we take a look at real-world experiences and applications to one Bible verse every Monday through Friday as we get an idea of what it looks like to be a little bit better of a Christian and how we can make this world a better place, one verse at a time. I hope you'll join me every single Monday through Friday right here on Public House Media. And I hope you'll subscribe by going to Apple Podcasts or wherever you find good podcasts as well. Once again, thanks for tuning in to the following broadcast here on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody? Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media.
And we are walking up to our apartment right now. You see Katie behind me. See my brother Scott. Say hi to the people. And my sister-in-law Marcy. There Hello. She is. And we just got back from having ice cream, which is why we are not yet in our apartment, but we're just about there. So you get to join us as we make the journey. You see the wet paint sign behind us.
I got cake. I got carrot cake.
Katie has cake.
I couldn't eat the carrot cake.
And so we're starting the show in a little bit of an unconventional way, but this entire show always seems to be a little unconventional. We made the journey back up to apartment 2B, and after having a big ice cream sundae, it takes a lot out of you. So, we are back in the friendly confines on our north side apartment. Mr. Fuzzy Face was on the bed, and he just went to go hide. David, thank you so much for joining us as always. We are back where we normally are for our show.
Do we need to set up the book?
No, we don't need to set up.
You're going to hold on to it?
I'll just hold on to it the whole
Okay.
time. Hey. So, that was the beginning of our show, and 2B, what? 2B is our apartment number.
Yep.
So we are...
To be or not
to be or not to be. That's our apartment, apartment 2B. It was a cute number.
Yep.
Anyways.
We said we must live in a place with a cute number.
So,
We do.
to start our show out, the main topic of our show.
History repeats itself.
Yep. LeBron James. Even if you're not a sports fan, you know who he is. And you know that he plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
Used to play for the Miami Heat. And before that, played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, it is 2018. LeBron James is most likely leaving the Cavaliers again. The last time LeBron James was leaving Cleveland was in 2010, which got us thinking.
That's what everyone talked about. Like,
Yeah.
remember he had the decision. It was like a TV special, so he could announce it. No, there was nothing else to talk about, apparently.
It was the thing.
That's it.
LeBron James, I feel like Katie must have picked your apartment number, David said. Katie definitely was the decision maker on this apartment. I wasn't completely sold on it. but but because the people, when we looked at this apartment before we moved in, the people had this place arranged completely stupid.
Yeah.
It was a completely stupid way to arrange the apartment. And Katie...
Keith is the interior decorator in this relationship. He does all the organizing.
I think I do a pretty good job.
You did a great job.
But Katie saw the potential in the space. She said the space is good. They just arranged it stupid. She's like, so you can arrange it when you get in here. It'll be fine. And sure enough.
Yep.
So.
And we love it.
Yep. So back to LeBron James. He's been the biggest star in sports, arguably, since he was in high school. He was supposed to be LeBron James when LeBron James was in high school. He was the biggest thing in high school. He was supposed to be the next biggest superstar, and I think he's probably been one of the only athletes to really surpass everything he was supposed to be. And so 2010 rolls around. Cleveland was a good basketball team, but they were only a good basketball team because they had LeBron James. His back was getting a little sore from carrying them for so long, so it was obvious he was going to leave. And as Katie said, they had the big decision and everything, and he decided to go to the Miami Heat. Quote,
took his talents to South Beach.
Took his talents to South Beach, and it was a big thing, and everybody was up in arms about it. But it got us thinking. Same thing is happening this year. Everybody knows he's leaving. So we thought, how have things changed from 2010 to 2018 while we seem to be doing exactly the same thing 8 years later, talking about where is LeBron James going to go from Cleveland? And to
show that other things happen in the world.
Right. So, Katie.
So, I found...
Break us down.
I found 6 things.
6 things that happened.
Six things. On January 12th, they had the earthquake in Haiti. Remember that one?
Yeah. Okay, that was a huge story.
Killed 230,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
That many?
I didn't know it was that many until I looked it up.
Wow. Okay.
But I remember it was a big deal, and now I realize why.
That's disappointing.
See, 2010, Keith and I were graduating from college. So
we had graduated from college in 2010.
Right.
Yep. And
not this January. So we were more focused on exams than on Haiti. So, sorry about that, Haiti. January 27th, Apple unveiled the iPad. The very first Apple iPad, 2010. Think about it. How many versions of the iPad have we had since? Not.
And that was the first one. All right, so
the first one.
iPad coming out, 2010.
Another. I didn't realize this was the same year as Haiti, but BP's Deepwater Horizon.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
explosion,
good. That's a good one.
The explosion killed 11 people in April, and they didn't cap it until July.
Okay, so when Katie's in charge of things, she decides to pick two out of the first 3.
People die.
People die. Disasters happen.
Yeah.
Biggest oil spill in history.
Yeah.
And 230,000 people dying.
Also, Snowmageddon.
Okay.
There's Snowmageddon.
What's Snowmageddon?
There were 40 inches of snow in 1 week across the Midwest.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so another natural disaster.
Yes. In June, the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup for the first time in 49 years.
2010. Blackhawks won. You know what happened the year before that?
They didn't win.
My Detroit Red Wings lost, and they have not been good since. My brother loved it. My brother's a Blackhawks fan. Quick little story. I'm a Red Wings fan because my brother is a Blackhawks fan. And my brother and his friend Nick, they watched NHL hockey every single weekend. Nick would come over. Scott would wear his Blackhawks jersey. Nick would wear his St. Louis Blues jersey. I remember this very clearly. And every single week, they would watch the NHL. And seemingly every single week, the Red Wings would be on. And my brother and...
That was actually on purpose.
Right.
When the Fox got the national contract in our viewing area of the Green Bay area, the local station held a fan poll, if you will, on what team wanted to be shown locally.
Yeah.
And the Red Wings won overwhelmingly.
Well, the Red Wings were very good at the time. And so they always got the Red Wings games, and my brother and Nick hated the Red Wings
strictly for that
reason.
Because they were shoved down our throat with the Red Wings and the 5 Russians wearing red.
Vladimir Konstantinov,
Igor Larionov, Slava Fetisov, Sergei Fedorov, and Slava Kozlov.
It all sounds...
Love it.
Spit all over my face.
And so it was really my first exposure to hockey, and it was all about the Red Wings. And my brother and Nick hated the Red Wings, so of course I was going to root for the Red Wings. A couple months later, the Red Wings win the Stanley Cup. I'm like, what? I guess I picked the right team to cheer for. And then the next year, they won the Stanley Cup again. I said, I definitely picked the right team to cheer for. So I did become a Red Wings fan, not because they were good, but to,
bandwagon.
Have that. No,
bandwagon.
I was too young to be a bandwagon
They were
fan.
shoved down your throat and you jumped on.
But I was too young to know what a bandwagon was at the time. But
fair enough.
I will say.
They were shoved down your throat and you jumped on.
But I jumped on before they won their Stanley Cup. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, the Blackhawks won in 2010. That was their first of 3 Stanley Cups within a very short period of time.
Yep.
What else do you have in pop culture, Katie? Or is that it?
I have 2 more things total.
2 more things total. Let's hear them.
The Lakers beat the Celtics for their 2nd straight championship.
Kobe Bryant.
They're 16th overall.
What? Yeah. Okay. 16th overall. Wow.
16th overall.
I haven't won since they became a pretty terrible team after that. Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe Bryant. He was a great basketball player, but kind of held the Lakers hostage with his contracts near the end there. And then what else?
And then Obama declared the end to combat operations in Iraq, which I didn't know.
Wow.
I never know what's going on.
We're not big into politics.
There's,
But Obama was still president.
Obama was
obviously.
president, yes.
Katy Perry's California Girls. That was the #1 song of the summer.
Really?
Yeah, I have a list too.
California girls.
Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez had not gone out for the first time yet. 8 years ago. Think about 8 years.
Maybe it's 8 years ago.
I don't know.
David says, Snowmageddon kicked my butt. And Red Wings? I love the Red Wings. I like that. Nice job with the W's there, David.
All right, we are. Hang on, I have a few more too. Brett. All right, we'll just stick with sports here for a second, okay? We'll stick with sports to go with the rest with LeBron James.
Why?
Butler basketball had just lost to Duke. The interesting thing about that is, think about it, Gordon Hayward, who is arguably one of the bigger stars in the NBA now, who plays for the Boston Celtics, was the star player for that Butler basketball team when they lost for Duke. So think of that. Gordon Hayward was still in college. Nick Saban had won his first national championship with Alabama. They have since won 4 more. So Nick Saban only won his 2nd national championship. He has 6 total right now. Now here's one for the Packer fans in the room, me as well.
And me? Why does he count me out of these things?
I pointed at you.
Oh, I thought you were pointing
Boom!
at Scott. Oh,
look at that!
yeah.
Look at that coaster.
Yeah.
It's not really for us. Brett Favre had lost had lost the NFC Championship game in 2010 to the upcoming Super Bowl champion, New Orleans Saints.
January of 2009. Because it was the 2008 season.
No.
I think it was the 2008 season. His first in Minnesota.
It was the 2009. It was the 2009 season. It was the 2009 season. 2010 playoffs.
The Super Bowl in 2010 was played by the Colts and the Saints because that's part of my trivia for later.
And the Saints won.
Yeah.
Right. The Saints beat the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship game that year.
Because of an interception.
Because of an interception
Thrown by Brett
Favre.
Sounds about right.
Bottom line, the main point of it, though, is that Brett Favre was still playing in the NFL at the time. LeBron James left the Cavaliers the first time.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I think that's about it.
We lost our own.
We lost David.
Wow.
Damn it. They're like, all right, this game is. They're like, all right, this show's going nowhere now. There were a couple of other good pop culture things, but you know what? I think I just lost.
Should we do the name game?
Let's do the name
Play
game.
Stump Keith?
They'll try to stump Keith, but it ain't gonna happen.
If we stump Keith, we'll go to Scott. Let's see what happens here.
Fat
Alright.
chance in stumping me. All right, go ahead.
So 2010, the Saints beat the Colts for their very first Super Bowl win.
Okay.
Who were the two starting quarterbacks?
Oh, you want me to right now?
Yes.
Okay,
Say
Drew Brees for the Saints and Peyton Manning for the Colts.
And where did they go to college?
Peyton Manning went to Tennessee. Drew Brees went to Purdue.
Yes. Who is Garrett Hartley?
Garrett Hartley?
Yes. You know this?
I do.
Garrett Hartley.
Garrett Hartley.
I don't know. Scott?
He was the kicker for the New Orleans Saints and hit the field goal in overtime in the championship game. And if I remember correctly, it was kind of a big deal because I guess he had some issues during the season. And I think even in that championship game, he may have missed one or two kicks. Can't remember if it was a field goal or an extra point. But I know he had some problems during the year making kicks, and I think even in that game, he had some issues.
But despite that, he set the record for the most field goals kicked in the Super Bowl, 40 yards or more.
With how many?
3.
3. Wow.
Now,
Okay. I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
there you go. Where did Garrett Hartley go to school? Yes.
San Diego State.
No.
Big Ten?
No.
Was it a big school?
Yes.
Okay, well, I wasn't even going to guess a big school.
I wasn't going to guess a big school.
Pitt.
No.
Florida?
No.
I don't know.
Oklahoma.
Cool.
Well, this was exciting.
That it?
That's all I got. That it for you, Keith?
Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, like I said, this has been one of the more unconventional shows. We started it outside. We ended it here, which is why I'm hanging on to the camera right now. We had my brother in the show.
Thanks for joining us, Scott.
I appreciate you having me again.
We've had Scott a couple times.
Yeah.
I'd say a good two or three times. This is probably the third time we've had Scott on. Something like that. Where's Marcy? There's Marcy.
Marcy's been on.
This is the first time
Coughing,
Marcy's
so I'm
been on.
trying not to cough on your show.
Oh, that's all right. All right. She's coughing in the back row right now. All right. So, yeah, that's it for Coffee with Keith and Katie this week. But we'll be back again on Monday at 7:30.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
We will not.
What's special about Monday, Keith?
Monday is Katie's and my anniversary. our wedding anniversary. And I said, we could still do the show on
And
Monday.
I said,
and Katie said, you know what, we're gonna be out for dinner, we're gonna be doing other things. I don't want to have to worry about getting on the show at 7:30 if we're out somewhere nice to eat.
No offense, guys. I don't want you interrupting my dinner.
So
I'm gonna be honest.
it's our anniversary. Here's a question.
It just
On the comment,
knocks me
on the
out.
comment, you're blocking out Katie. On the comments below, guess what wedding anniversary this is for Katie and myself.
There you go.
And the closest one gets a thumbs up
Gets
from
a
us.
thumbs up. Gets the most creative emoji we can find.
We have nothing in our budget to give you
We
anything
have
yet.
nothing.
So, but guess how many years Katie and I are celebrating in marriage. So we will not be doing Coffee with Keith and Katie on Monday, but we will be back next Thursday. So come back again a week from today, 7:30, as always, for more Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Everybody take care. David's sad.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
David, guess how many years Katie and I will be married on the comments below. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you for more coffee in a week from now. Until then, take care, enjoy some coffee, and we'll see you later.